Hey everyone, how you doing today? I want you to join with me, if you will, for the next few minutes, and we will talk about one of our Proverbs today. In particular, in our reading of Proverbs this month, I'm going to talk about from Proverbs chapter 19. You ready? All right, I trust you turned there or have looked it up. It says in verse 2, desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way? In verse 8, it says, the one who gets wisdom loves life. The one who cherishes understanding will soon prosper. Verse 11, a person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. So, these, I don't know about you, but Proverbs can be very, very convicting because they are very practical and point to my life and maybe to yours as well of some of the areas that are the last for us to bring under the lordship of Christ, under Christ's authority. Because we like to do our own thing, especially when it's like we get impatient and I jump to conclusions and I want things to be over. And we see this here. But it says that wisdom tells us that we should gain all the knowledge that we possibly can. Think of this, like someone who is ill-informed. What if a jury would only hear one side of a case and be like, let's just make the decision right now? Well, that wouldn't end up well because you have one side of the story, right? We need to know all we can about our decisions, about life, about forming our opinions about issues or other people. Gaining much knowledge, I think, is like committing your life, much like a student, to go a long way in the same direction of learning and trying to attain the knowledge that we need. And it takes a long period of time to do that. And so it means you're committed to gaining the wisdom of God to help us live a godly life. This brings wisdom and love to what we do and to how we act. And we need that, especially in trying or tough circumstances. And we just can't become overly discouraged that it takes a long time. It's a slow progression to grow into the wisdom of God. I've not arrived. If you're still alive and listening, you haven't arrived, but we want to continue in that same direction because we want to be wise, we want to be forgiving and patient, as it talks about here, quick to overlook an offense in someone else. We need to continue in this direction. And I try to be really upbeat, but this is a really important thing. I live in a family that has been angry. I grew up with that. And anger can want to overtake me at times. And there's been times I've let it. And it particularly calls this out not to do that. Because it says in a final warning, and let me just read from verse 19, a hot-tempered person will pay the penalty. You rescue them and you're going to end up doing it again, is what it says. And so I don't want to be that person. I know you don't want to be that person. So it is a big deal but to go in the wisdom of God and to continue to learn and to submit yourself to the wisdom of God, to trust yourself into His care requires a lot. It requires diligence, and it requires the guidance of God's Holy Spirit within us that's at work. So I just hear this, and I just pray that God will give me the encouragement I need, the guidance I need, and to help me on this journey of life. And so that's what I'm saying. These Proverbs will get to you, will cut right into the heart. But it is what wisdom of God directing us in the way we should go. So I hope you'll think about that. I hope that you will build in time in your day to read the Proverbs, in particular here, Proverbs 19, and take this long path in the same direction towards the wisdom of God, that we can live and we can journey together and with the Lord. So God bless you. Take some time to meditate on those thoughts. Praying you have a great day. God bless.